Hey there, gang. Peter Parker B here. You know, first place for last year's top 10 action figures of 2021. That was this channel's inaugural stream. So, really, you could say I'm the first of the first places. Welcome to this year's semifinals. And I just wanted to say to all the toys out there in the running, just because you don't place doesn't mean you're trash. You still have a place in somebody's heart. You're just not taking home the gold. All right, I've been Peter Parker B. Off to you, Dom and Joe, on today's Toy Domination. Thanks, Pete.
It's Peter B. Parker. He said his own name wrong. I thought that was weird.
That's because you're wrong. If he said it, that's what it is.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Today on Toy Domination, we are doing the top 10 so far of 2022 action figures. I'm Dom, and I'm joined by...
Joe.
No fireworks this time because we're doing a stream. Joe, we're doing it live.
Oh, pew, pew. Pretend. Just pretend they're there. There's some fireworks there, I think. I got some fireworks planned.
In your heart. It's been a long time since you've done a stream there, Joe.
It has, yeah. We were deciding on how to direction to take the channel in.
Yeah.
This is more fitting for a stream, though, I think. The videos that we are making, I enjoy a lot, but this needs to be a stream.
I agree. And also, I moved, and you can see behind me a new studio location. So, still in the works.
B.
Studio B, yeah. Peter Parker B, Studio B. Yep. So, that being said, Joe, what are we kicking off this semifinals with?
The semifinals, we are kicking off with your disappointments. So, I don't have any. Fortunately.
So this year has been really a good year. But every now and then...
But Larry's Playhouse.
You just get one that you wish so much that it was so much better. But it just let you down. And for me, you can see his grotesque feet there. I'm going to drop him down because I don't mess with the camera. It's this Joker. And it's because he snapped right out of the package. He had so much potential. The boys and I were excited about him, ripped him open, and his arm just cracked. And that's $50.
That's a solid break. Yeah.
And because we've been moving, I think I can do an easier repair by putting a pin in there and kind of gluing it back on there. But because we've been moving, I don't know where the arm is. So he's like this. And I thought maybe if I repaired him by the time we got here, he'd move back into the running. But that snap really broke my heart. So I don't hate him. I'm just disappointed.
I mean, certainly for the dollar amount, that's a disappointment.
Well, yeah,
that's a big hit to take and have a break right out of the package.
It is. And I was really looking forward to playing with him with the boys too. So not being able to have him right away to play with, kind of took the wow factor out of it. So that's it. That's my only disappointment. So I'm pretty lucky, But before we get into the runners up, I have a couple
honorable
predictions
mentions,
here.
But yes.
Honorable mentions, runners. I have a couple predictions here I want to make. I want to predict what your top 10 list is going to be. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
So, okay.
I went back and rewatched ours that we did in January, and you had said, "Oh, there's shipping delays, and if Mumra had come out, he definitely made the top 10." So on that, I'm thinking maybe he came and slipped in here. Tiger, I know you've been waiting on Chitara, but Tiger's one of your favorites, and we got him and Mumra at the same time. The Dr. Doke is that mix of that Joy Toy figures because he probably won't pick one of those. He might amalgamize them. Crocmaster and Alley Viper have recently been coming out. Alley Viper's a weak one, I'm going to be honest. Okay. Demona, I don't know if your pre-orders came up before mine. She's on my pre-order. I know she's on yours. Goliath made your top 10 last year, so gargoyles.
Goliath did make it in, yeah. Demona, I'll just burst your bubble. I don't have her yet. She would be on the list though.
I want to modify this from Mesko Superman. Right now, I'm going on record. Instead of Mesko Superman, I'm saying Mesko Wolverine. That's what I'm saying. Mesko Wolverine and a Valverse dude. Any one of them. Okay. A Valverse dude. Or
so that's kind of like the Valaverse guy is your wild card, just like you're expecting a Valaverse
because they're so random and they're coming in different. I just got the Calvary guys being sent to me right now. So there we go. And that's the actual top 10.
just all Meskos.
Mesko all the ways.
So. If I had 10 Meskos since January, they probably wouldn't. It wouldn't be all 10, but it probably would. I mean, right, they're the sideshow collectibles of 12-inch or 6-inch toys. I mean, Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
He said that the last time too, and honestly, Steven, I looked for a large enough chainsaw or cybernetic arm. I haven't found one yet, but that's in the fodder bin. If I like find something broken, that it fits with that guy, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Like an Edward Scissorhands hand, maybe. Like a lot of knives. I mean,
and right before we get into the runner-ups, I want to point out in that upper corner and in the background there, that sweet, sweet new logo.
Oh, this guy right here.
Oh man, look at that bad boy.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it close to the Backyard Battles one that we made. So
yeah, no, it's really awesome. So Joe's the graphic designer or the artist behind a lot of the stuff in here. So I also can't take credit for the actual naming of Toy DOMination. We were pitching a bunch of ideas out there, and like I was chatting with people. I'm like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I had several ideas, and a very, very clever person was like, hold on. And she shot a whole list of them. And I was like, crap, these are really clever. So I shot them back out, and people were like, this one, Toy DOMination. So I wanted to give a shout out to Hiss Lisa, and you can actually find her on Loki and Lisa on Instagram. She's got really funny cat meme type pictures in there, totally untoy-related. She was our former neighbor, and she came up with the idea of Toy DOMination. So really awesome. I appreciate Joe's artistic talent supporting this, and then people like Lisa who are adding in to that creativity. Like I love the fact that it's not just me coming up with this; it's definitely that shared universe. So thanks a lot, you guys.
You're welcome.
All right. Runners up, Joe.
You keep saying that. I keep correcting you. It's honorable mentions.
Runner up.
Honorable mentions.
Man, look at that sweet animation.
I have 3 honorable mentions. What do you have? Can you start with me?
Yeah, go with you. I've been talking for a while.
All right. So basically, this is just a blanket He-Man Motu Origins line. I like these figures, and I'm gonna continue to buy them, but they're technically not for me. Even though I enjoy them, I'm more of like the Masterverse scale or New Eternia or whatever 40th anniversary, whatever's going to be coming out soon, of that larger size and more adult type thing. But so I buy these for my infant son who cannot play with toys yet. But and I've said that on the show many times. But they're super cool and I love them, but they're not top 10 material because they're kind of not for me. But also, they're a little cartoony and a little sillier than would make my top 10. But I still love them a lot. So I just wanted to be like, you know what? Good job. You're crushing out the Origins line. I really like the modularity. I like all the old gimmicks are still there for the most part. Like they're doing a really good job with this toy line, but not in the top 10.
You excited about that new Eternia set that's being pushed out?
I mean, honestly, gimmick-wise for my kids, yeah. That little monorail thing, that's super fun.
I think it's shameless to do an entire wave as a single nomination. Never have I ever seen someone do an entire wave, especially not a top 10.
It's not really a whole wave. These are just the ones I bought this year. I enjoy the line. I'm going to keep buying them. Not top 10 material.
Okay.
What do you got? What's your first honorable mention?
That's it? That's all you got?
I'm going to move them out of the space here.
My first honorable mention, these guys... almost made it into the top 10 last year. These are Final Faction. They're a Dollar Tree toy line. But man, these little critter things here are so non-humanoid and like insectoid, and they have cannons and like they're so grotesque and they're just really, really fun. And again, one of the biggest things that we look for when we nominate these toys is the playability or like the wow factor, the imagination factor. And these things are so great. I don't care about the canon. The boys and I just integrate them. This is one of the actual like bipedal alien type figures. And I did a really dark wash. If that'll focus. And you can see pictures of that better on my Instagram. But that's a runner up because they're $125. We army built them immediately. And like one day I was like $20 and I just built an alien army. And they're so unlike anything else we have or that's out right now on the market, and they're so affordable. They definitely receive like a runner-up. So
okay,
that's my first runner-up.
All right, second honorable mention on my end here is Starscream from the Red series.
Oh, wow. Coronation, Starscream. Yes. This is bad comedy. Yes.
I have a huge soft spot in my heart for the animated movie. I've probably watched it more than any other movie on the planet.
Yeah.
Love that movie to death when I was a kid. And as far as Transformers toys go, I don't transform them. So I actually really like the Red series. So like, you know, when I get a Transformer, I'll put it in robot mode mostly. Maybe every 6-7 months I might change it to the car for whatever reason. But the Red line, I love this line because it's just like, it's a little cartoony, so it's straight from the cartoon sort of, and the way they look and feel. Like there's no big missing gaps, there's no extra hinges and joints everywhere, so it can transform. It's clean, it's affordable, so I love the $20-ish price tag for these. But yeah, but Starscream Coronation, Starscream, that is, I of course I put the cape and crown on him, you got it. But really awesome figure, and I really like this line so far. But I don't have a ton of them, but this one was just like, he just didn't make the top 10 for me. But I like him a lot.
You got me hooked on the red one. I bought Bumblebee for for Finn. And again, I totally agree with you. The fidget play factor of transforming it, or the little mind puzzle, it's fun at first, but then you're like, and done. I'm either leaving him in the cool vehicle mode that he came in, which is better than robot mode in some cases, or I want him in robot mode, which is pretty much all of Beast Wars. I don't ever want those in the animal form. It looks like Scorponok. So yeah, that's a solid choice, man.
So part of, and again, a little part of that is like, this is super playable with my kids. Like I can throw them on the ground and they can drop them, and I know go, oh no, you know, like I just go, it's all right, you know, kind of thing. So, but these are fun, and I really like Starscream in that line. He came with all this extra stuff, the shoulder pads and the, you know, Energon cube and all kinds of stuff. But you know, awesome figure.
Hey, so I want to pause and call out Skybottom Station. So this guy, I follow him on IG, and he follows back, which, you know, speaks to his character, I guess, on IG. And he is like, not to insult him, but a micro version of Empire Toy Works, if you're familiar with that. It's those custom wood play sets. The guy made a gigantic Rotgut PlayStation. Skybottom Station is doing kind of the same thing on his IG account. And I don't know if he's buying all the pieces, which is a ton of money, or replicating those, but either way, it is amazing. And I asked him actually later on to like, I'd like to be able to talk to you about it and showcase that a little bit more. So you'll see him hopefully in a future recording.
All right. Okay. Do you have another honorable mention?
Oh, yeah. I may have one or two Z's. I'm actually gonna slip some out quick here because I want to go through my honorable mentions a little fast. So, Masters of the Universe has been a great year for them. I was big into the Mattel line of the Moto2 Classics. I didn't get Stinkor, so when this guy came out, it was a no-brainer for me. I put this head on here where he has the mask, but you can also get the Classics head where he's got the big, crazy, toothy grin, but I love the mask version more. So I scooped him up really fast, no questions. And then not actually a 2022 figure, but man, I bought this for Finn. Finn wanted this. He's like, I want Meowscles. He loves cats. And I was like, okay, I guess, dude, I love this figure. I so much that like, it's so cool. He's just got these cool details and like scratches on his legs. And like, he came with these 2 knives and 2 pistols.
He's a cutter?
And well, no, he's a scrappy alley cat, man. So
yeah, I like that actually. It's really cool.
Just so much fun, and like the articulation, and like just you know when you hold a toy sometimes you're like, this is a solid toy. I'm good with this toy, but it doesn't feel cheap in any way. Like I really love that figure of all the Fortnites that he started to buy in his collection. But unfortunately he's a 2021 figure, but definitely like, and you know, there's 3 guys that are too. There's McFarlane, Jazzwares, and Hasbro are all pumping out Fortnite figures. And
Mhm.
I this is one of my favorites. And like any chance I get, I'm like, Finn, bring Meowscles into this game. So he's kind of his like in a modern sense, like his thug or his
Meowscles.
barbarian. Yeah. So Swole Cat.
It's
Hey,
such an
Zoom Flight.
underrated figure, apparently.
Yeah, Zoom Flight. Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for checking out our Batman. I know I said I'd have the villain out by Monday. It's going to be a little bit of delay on that, so it's coming. The
You
villains
just
are coming.
moved. It's okay. You just
It's
moved.
coming.
Actually, that's why we did those Batman episodes, because Dom didn't have his toy collection out of boxes yet. So we were like, why don't we just showcase a ton of Joe's stuff?
If you guys go onto the channel right now, there's a video I posted with Tristan and Finn, and that's us eliminating from this mass in the background here the figures that made it into the top 10. So they helped me wean this down. But you'll see in a clip in there in the video, I took a pan around the room, and it's just wall to wall with boxes and stuff. So that's what we were using when we did the animated series one. So I pushed that a little more stuff. Yeah, cool. Joe, what else you got? Right. What you got?
All righty. Bring it in here. One of the only Meskos on the list here.
Oh, nice.
That's really red in his face. So nice. There we go. That's a little better for him. Yeah, Gambit Mesko, man, one of the best ones I've ever gotten. And I don't even love Gambit all that much, but I was holding off on the Marvel Meskos for a while. I've been getting like some of the DC ones, and like Batman, Wonder Woman are behind me, Flash is over there. But slowly I was like, all right, I've decided I want to go with the 90s version of the X-Men. So that's why I have that Wolverine on pre-order, as you were talking about. But Gambit I got this year, but he's a 2020 figure, I think. So not in the running. Sorry, buddy. But he's awesome.
Wait, hold on.
Is wildly limited in his articulation in the center, though. That's a solid chunk figure. Overlay.
Is he a 2020 figure that was really delayed and just got put out this year, or did you just now?
No. He came out a while ago. I picked him up like way after the fact. So like it's it wasn't even a delay thing. I mean, that would be fine if it was a delay, but yeah, he's spectacular. Wired cloak or wired trench coat.
Oh yeah.
Comes with a million different hands with all kinds of like different arrays of how the cards are flying out of his hands and stuff, and he's fantastic. And for some reason their version of him just looks better with all this like added detail on his legs and stuff. And, they actually made his ridiculous costume make sense, sort of.
There's been a couple of reviewers that I've seen that Gambit's the one that tipped them over the scale for X-Men 2. They're like, oh, now I'm going to get all the 90s ones. So,
so I went for a while. I was like, I'm going to go with like Cyclops with the dome head and the brown Wolverine. And like, I'm just going to get all the old school ones. And then and I was holding off on it for some reason. And for whatever reason, I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm going straight 90s. But yeah, Gambit. He's my last honorable mention.
I got one more.
All right.
So again, the boys, it was a little heated competition there with like, hey, who's going to make it, who's not. And the way we did it, we just lined them up and said they're going to battle it out. And so one of the ones that was very debatable that Tristan loved, and I agree, is Ulik. Very late in the game for me getting that guy. But he's cool. He's a big, bulky troll. There's not a lot to say about him. He did come with an alternate head, which is pretty sweet. But just like your Mumra video, why wouldn't I put the screaming head on there, right? Now, I guess there'll be there's some big calm, but no, I want this big, nasty troll one. And we actually played with him recently. The boys we just did like this random grab a 6-inch figure and make a team. And like Ulik was like this mini boss they had to face off against. And like, he's just oozing with personality. He's just a big bruiser. So I'm really happy with him for the price point. A lot of fun. Good figure.
I don't think I even really know him from the comics, honestly. Don't remember him.
Loba laughs. No NECA Elvira. Not exactly in our wheelhouse, I guess. So the way Joe and I buy figures is there are movie or a comic or some IP that we like, but typically we're buying to add in for play factor, whether it's he's playing with his infant son, like you saw his Motu line that he just bought, the Origins line, or he buys what the Toy Box series that he plays with his daughter. And for me and my boys, we've got the 4-inch scale and we've got a universe and we and then we got 6-inch fantasy. So like everything's
Yeah.
got to kind of fit into one of those niches in order for me to justify buying.
Fantasy is a broad term too, I would say.
Yeah, it is.
It's He-Man and space lasers and all kinds of. It's not just necessarily a fantasy.
Also, if it's NECA, it's gonna break in my hands. So
I've heard nightmares about Demona. I'm hoping mine isn't broken out of the package.
All right, man. That's the I'm gonna continue to say it. Runners up. I guess we should dive in.
It's the honorable mentions, I think, is what you're trying to say.
Man, look at that animation. That's so sweet.
All right. Who do you got?
Joe,
For,
do
you want to start number 10? Do you want me to start?
No, I'm not ready.
All right.
I'm still deciding. It's hard. It's a hard thing to decide. I love them all. I love them all. So to tell someone they're less breaks my heart. So
dumb. Come on, man. All right. Number 10.
Number 10 coming in hot.
Who do we got here? It's the Mythic.
Oh, nice.
So this is a toy line that Dom bought 1 million years ago, and I've loved since I had it in my hands. But I have never purchased them. And then just recently this year, I jumped on like that. Maybe one of the All-Star waves or something. They reissued a bunch of stuff. So this is Orc. These figures are from like the first wave, I think, of figures. But and if I had to pick one, it would be the Orc that's up front and center there. But yeah, man, the Mythic Legions, they're just fantastic.
That's the Orc army builder and the Goblin army builder. Right? Yeah, cool.
And then behind them is this red Knight Guard. Or I don't remember any of their names. I don't use them. But yeah, they're obviously, as most people are well aware, if you've held a Mythic Legions figure in your hand, they're spectacular. I love this line. I'm definitely have a lot more on pre-order now than I ever did before. But these are the ones I've got this year. I have another one of the Goblins is in the back, but he's right. You can kind of see him. He's riding on Panther actually.
Now you should heat and warm up those shoulders. Swap out those Knight arms, the armed ones, put them into your Orc, and put the green Orc ones onto your Knight. And then you kind of got this 2 orcs kind of thing going on there, a little more armor. That's what's amazing about that line. I don't buy enough of them to swap because once I kind of accessorize one in my brain, I'm like, and that's who you are forever. So
total on the same topic, but side note, man, All-Stars Wave 5. I was gonna only get one, but
yeah.
Probably gonna get a lot more than one. But yeah, I like them a lot, man. Mythic Legions is great.
We are gonna do
my number
Mythic
10.
Legions coming up in this channel, but because of how integrated they are and how many of the waves I have, and I've got 3 more on order. I've got Lithia, the next one in Cosmic Legions. We're gonna break that up into chunks. So more to follow on Mythic Legions.
Yeah, we'll probably do a few parts of that. But
right.
I have a very limited collection. That'll definitely be more of a Dom showcase episode. But yeah, that's all right. That's what we got.
So we have to do my number 10 here, huh?
Oh, okay. 2 figures.
I don't know which one. So at the end of this, I'm hoping you can just sort it out. Now, hear me out. Neither of these made it with the boys' videos, but they're children. What do they know? The occult fanatical Triclops is so cool. Cloth goods. This whole tunic comes off, and you can put on his original Triclops stuff if you want. The same like weird mullet underneath the visor, the same green thing that it comes with in the classic.
I like that head with the weird hat on top.
Oh, it's so good. It's right out of Revelations. Unfortunately, they keep giving them these baby swords. It's the same one they gave Fisto, so I upgraded him to this kind of staff, kind of mace weapon from Mythic Legions because it kind of fits with the occult thing going on there.
Another good thing about Mythic Legions, all the extra weapons.
Oh man! And then I've got Scareglow here, who I've never owned. 1 as a child collecting He-Man. 2 when the Motu Classics came out, I never had him, and now I've got him in hand, and his skull glows, and and his cape is cloth. Joe, I don't know which one of these goes to runner up. I don't know which of these moves on. It's probably just killing me a little bit inside. Thoughts?
I would go Triclops, I think. Would be 10.
Your soul is mine. Okay, that's it. Yeah. That's all right.
I like Scareglow, but he's less impressive.
Yeah, he's
and
cool,
the modularity of the swapping out of making original Triclops out of the same figure.
And that's such a smart move by Mattel because they don't have to sell you 2 figures. Be like, oh,
yeah,
we've got to appeal to the fans who want strictly the 80s. but we've also got this Revelation show. You know what? One figure, we appealed to 2 audiences. That's genius. So I'm totally getting the Trap Claw, who will probably leap over Triclops later on. So that's my number 10.
All right. Moving on to number 9.
Number 9.
Gotta adjust my camera. These guys are short.
9. Hey!
You were right. Dr. Doke is on the list.
Yes.
I just put these other guys in the back for fun. But yeah, Dr. Doke. And that is a character that no one knows unless you're obsessed with GoldenEye from the 90s. But yeah, I love this toy line in general. But when I grabbed this one and swapped the head and put the jacket on him, and I was like, now you're my Dr. Doke character. Perfect. But yeah, so it is a specific character to me, like kind of thing. But fantastic figure. And yeah, don't even know what else to say because it's kind of our own invention sort of thing.
No,
so,
but it's amalgamation between Bo Yang Fang and Gregson, right? Gregerson.
Yeah, Gregson.
Yeah. So Bo Yang Fang is that's the buck he's on, and he's great.
Yeah, they're great figures. It's phenomenal. Yeah. But I did already kit bash him. But that being said, perfect figure. And yes, I made him into my own character. But that being said, he easily makes top 10 for me.
It's the playability of the toy like that sells it. So okay, I suppose I have to do my number 9.
Yes, yes, you do.
All right. My number 9 is Clayface.
Oh, old Clayface.
Oh, that's the wrong Clayface. My bad. Clayface from McFarlane. Oh,
here we go.
Look at this monster boy. So
that makes more sense.
So that first Clayface was actually gifted by Joe to my son Tristan, and for the longest time he didn't know his actual name, and it was Poop Monster. So
Poop Monster.
They still interchange between calling this guy Poop Monster. Now, I will say we had a monster showdown again. Oh, I didn't know his jaw opened up and closed. I was today years old on a live stream when I discovered his jaw opens up and closes. Wow, he is well deserved in this spot then. I got him the same day as the Joker, and after the Joker snapped, I gave this Poop Monster a little bath, like in the sink, hot water and everything. I was taking no chances with him. I was terrified of snapping another $50, $49, whatever figure, but he's fine. His joints are really nice. A little bit limited articulation, but look at this guy. He's a towering heap of mass. Like, how flexible do you expect him to be? So grotesque, awesome details, screaming faces in the shoulder, and in the back there too. He's, and I think you said this too. He reminds me also of that comic where Clayface was actually a good guy for a little bit and working with Batman.
Yeah, it was. I think it's specifically from that run, honestly.
Yeah.
That's when he specifically had the layered teeth in that comic, and that's why I think it's from that. But I'm pretty sure it's from that Detective Comics run.
For me, a big choosing factor is it's not nostalgia, but I guess it's the imagination. Oh yeah, it's eating a Japanese treat.
Oh, okay. I thought that was one of those French cookies.
It's a macaroon. Yeah, you called me out on that last time. I was like, it's some Japanese treat. You're like, it's a macaroon. I'm like, yeah, Japanese. So he's not.
So I was wrong right twice in a row.
Yeah, he's not going to.
You're just doubling down on the falsity.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, you just keep telling the lie over and over until it becomes true.
Yeah, okay.
He's not going to stay in the frame because he's so big. But the only thing I have that is against him is some of these toys, the attachment is the fact that when the boys, thanks for ruining that for me, and I play with them, it adds into our imagination and that kind of hooks that character into our brains. We haven't actually played with this guy yet. So I'm sure later on in the year, we'll have like a story arc with him or whatever, and that'll further cement him. But for right now,
unlike Joker, though, he's not breaking on you right out of the
That's true. Yeah, that's true. He won't break my heart either. So
okay, good.
That's my number 9.
All right, moving on to number 8. That comes after 9, right?
I can only count to 4.
My number 8 is Acid Rain.
Nice.
I don't remember the name of these dudes. It's a 2-pack, so that's why they're both there. But specifically, I got it for the guy with the skull mask. But Yeah. Also a made up. I'm gonna sub him in as a made up character in our
100%.
Advent Cataclysm game. But yeah, the Acid Rain figures. This is my first foray into this line too. So I'm thoroughly impressed. I like them a lot, and yeah, that's my number 8.
You've broke the seal into getting that line, and we have always talked about in the past how, unlike Joy Toy, Acid Rain looks a little more gangly and like misproportioned and kind of cartoonish. These guys, though, it works for them because
I want the bulk on these guys. Yeah,
exactly.
And this like subtle paint on his chest for the rib cage on his armor, you can barely see it.
They're so cool.
But it's so good. This he's fantastic. And
the other guy,
random sword that you can just, and the pistol in the back holster.
Why do people do the pistols in the back? That's so hard to reach back there to grab a.
I don't. It's out of the way though. It's not on their hips.
So it
as
is.
A toy.
It's a hidden one. Yeah. So the other guy kind of gives me a Jinro vibe. If you remember that Japanese.
Yeah,
manga.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's a little rounder. Like it's more of like a.
Yeah.
Oh, but it does have that going on though.
You're gonna need to look up what
even
those
the angular shield on their arms.
Yep. We're on 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on 8.
I guess I should commit to a number 8. All right, ready?
Sure.
McFarlane has been crushing it out of the park with Space Marines and Warhammer. And I am a Finstetter Warhammer fan. I never thought I'd be excited to get Warhammer figures, but I've got a Space Marine here that is. Oh wait, no, that's StarCraft. That's my bad. My bad.
Random fake outs.
The Chaos Black Legion Space Marine. So we've got the Tyrannid and we've got the Necron, but just seeing this imposing, menacing demon Space Marine that's corrupted. Man, we just played a game recently with them too, and they were so fun. I will say, I hear the complaints about having soft joints, and sometimes they don't hold their weapons too well, which I guess is, like I'm dying of thirst, so you pour an ocean on me kind of thing compared to like too stiff of joints. But these guys have been doing well so far. And I say these guys because I may have accidentally
bought 17 of them. Classic Dominic move.
They went on sale for $13, man. And let me say, I have zero regrets because I have 4 Space Marines. Like I've got the Blood Angel, the Blood Angel Lieutenant, the Reaper, and then the Sister of Battle. And I was like, what am I going to fight these things? Like Tyranids, having these guys fighting against the Space Marines was so much fun. So much fun. So I have zero regrets getting these guys. I have a 4th one coming because I forgot I pre-ordered straight from McFarlane. But definitely holding a place up here. Playability is a major factor. They only have a couple paint tones to them, which is fine for me.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't need a lot.
I never thought I would be army building Warhammer figures at a 6-inch scale. Like never would I have imagined that. But wow, they are so good.
They're fantastic. That one over any of the other ones you have though, right?
So no, because the other ones are 2020. The only one that came out in this year was the Blue Reaper one, which Finn really loves because it's actually got flaps over the jet backpack. But we compared the two. I was like, dude, this Chaos one is so much better than the Reaper. So he wins.
All right, moving on. Number 7.
This year's going a little bit faster because we don't have to like introduce ourselves and explain our logic.
It's also. You're just happy because you guessed it, or are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're happy because you guessed it.
Called it.
Yeah, I suppose you did. Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, Snake Eyes and Timber made my last year's list, but it was mainly for Timber, kind of thing. But man, Croc Master, come on, dude. The giant
meat hook. The meat hook. Yes.
I don't even have his pistol in his hand because why would I? I don't even. He doesn't even hang out with my other GI Joes. I just he's over there on a random shelf with his Artank because they live in a swamp.
In a murder room, he's got like a meat locker where he's just hooking that hook into dead GI Joe corpses.
The fact that it actually goes to a little tube on his back too and stuff, and I'm like, that's fantastic.
So the tube on his back and the boys pointing this out too. Like he's wearing an alligator hide, not leather, an actual hide. Like turn him back around. There's the ribs and the ridges on that guy's back. He literally is, and so the boys were a little disturbed by this. Like, wait, doesn't he raise the alligators? And like one got out of line,
and then he murders them.
Let that be a lesson to you.
This is just
here's my theory with the meat hook is he's using that for it's not for the alligators. It's for dead G.I. Joe carcasses that he's then throwing to the alligators to be disposed of. That's what that is.
Yeah. And he's just, I mean, there's some bigger figures in the Joe line. I really like the Joe line's attention to height and size is really spot on. Like Roadblock's huge. There's a few other, but Destro's a little taller but shorter than Roadblock. You know, like little things like that. Like their heights vary a lot, and Crocmaster is just enormous, and he's fantastic. And just the attention to detail. I know, and he's one of the GI Joes that's a little out there in terms of like he's not a military guy. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this guy.
I never thought I'm on the same page. Like he's not,
but he's so fantastic. And he looks horrifying. The face sculpt is fantastic. Like just everything about him. There's so much detail on him. It's crazy. They even put like little alligator grip on his knife.
I think we're going to see him on a lot of people's lists this year. I think he's an all-around solid figure.
I don't know if he'll stay in the top 10. So again, this is our halfway through the year thing. I mean, like, I don't know if he'll make it through the year, but for right now, he's fresh in my mind. The alligator, Fiona, or crocodile. We keep saying alligator. His name it's literally in his name. The crocodile Fiona is fantastic sculpt. It's rubbery. You can press on her stomach, and like you can almost, if I wasn't mistaken, you could put food down her mouth practically. But yeah, it's just a fantastic figure. I love the set of this. Yeah, or an arm. Yeah. But yeah, that's my number. What are we on? 7? Yeah, 7.
I'm really going to be relying on you to keep up with that. Okay, my number 7
we're on
here. This is a Valaverse Wave 2. So
okay.
I like army building. And you pointed this out when I did a What You Got Over There. So those that don't know, our What You Got Over There's are kind of our toys of the week or toys of the month, where this is everything we purchase. They're not strictly held to the 2022. Like I had an A-Wing from Kenner Star Wars the other day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this guy is representative of that line because I am so jealous of everyone who's posting pictures. I have got a bunch of these on pre-order. One's on its way here. So if they're anything like this guy, I'm very, very excited. And I actually saw someone talk about the new one, the Swarm guy with the wings. I have him coming. I'm really excited about it.
Texture on his mask almost looks like a fingerprint.
No, so I don't know if it'll show up here. It actually looks like a fly's eye.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very hard to show because it's semi-transparent there. But it's got that multi-celled factor going on here. Makes no sense.
How do you feel about the Valaverse like base body? Like,
it's great.
Yeah,
great.
Underneath all the junk.
Ooh, as I snap a leg on camera. No, I love it. We've played with this guy, and you pointed out too, like, he could be an AIM trooper. He could work for Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
I love the kind of almost neon green. I know that's blasphemous because I hate late 90s or early 90s G.I. Joe figures with all their neon, but he's so good. He's really cool. The weapons are solid. The figure, it's just a solid figure. I haven't taken off the body armor yet, to be honest. So I guess I can't totally judge on what the buck looks like underneath. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy and I'm excited to get the rest of them. So Valaverse.
All right. I unlike your predictions, I have not received a Valaverse yet. I pre-ordered Wave 1.
Yeah, I've got one Wave 1 coming.
Yeah, well, interesting. I do not. Wave 1 is kind of like in limbo for whatever reason, and Wave 2 and 3 is starting to hit. Well, not 3. That just went up for pre-order, but Wave 2 is already like in stock on most places. You can just buy them right off the shelf, the virtual shelf, so to speak. All right, number 6.
Number 6.
I've got an empty screen. No, I'm kidding. It's Tigra. Knock over so many people.
Called it.
Whip is way in the back.
You should not have garnished that accessory there. Yes.
I mean, that's fantastic. As you mentioned, I do like the Thundercats line. I've been getting it from the beginning of Super 7, not from Mattel, but yeah, love and Tigra. A lot of people were disappointed in him. They were like, I don't like this paint wash he's got on him or whatever, and a lot of weird. And I was like, it looks fine. It looks like he's dirty, like he's been fighting. Like I don't care about this. He's got like some orangish tones in his. And a lot of people were like, his paint's coming through. I'm like, that's not paint coming through. That's a wash. At any rate, yeah, Chitara did come, by the way.
Better a wash than having the 2 plastic sheen or shine on them. Like that's
and honestly, like I said, it's subtle enough to where I don't even notice it, and I'm like kind of shocked that people are so upset about it. Sort of, it's a funny thing to be upset about. There is like a weird detail where he's supposed to have like a elbow pad on there or something like that, and they were supposed to make it, and they don't know why it didn't go out, and everyone was like, send us the elbow pads, and I'm like, I don't require that, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But yeah, Tiger is my favorite Thundercat, so of course when I finally got him, he's definitely on the top 10. But yeah, Super 7 Thundercats, it's following suit with Motu Classics. It's fantastic line so far. I love it a lot. But yeah, Tiger, you gotta get that one.
Nah, I called that one. Yes. I was there when you got him in the mail. I'm not over impressed by that figure, but he's one of your favorite characters. So that
it's nostalgia. It's mixed with like, he's my favorite from the cartoon. Like,
but Super 7 is such a good line, dude. So no, I don't, no shade thrown your way. All right. Hold on. I had to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We're on 6, right? Okay. All right. So, with playability and just character and imagination. And it is shocking that I'm saying, hey, McFarlane is making 2 in my top 10 list. McFarlane, for fun and playability, like the Statue King. Like, okay, but I got another Warhammer 40K orc.
Interesting. That's not it though.
That's an Orca.
That's an Orca.
Yeah,
That's an Orca.
All right, well, let's do the actual Orca. So we're going to do a Mythic Legions line. I wasn't expecting to pull one out, but I still want to do this gag. So we're going to do a Mythic Legions video. All right, no. Seriously. So the actual boys war. Yes.
Look at the size of that guy.
Jeez Louise. So I have 2 of these, and the boys were in a hot debate about which one. Tristan is wildly racist against cyborgs. Can't stand them. So he wanted the one that had the head thing out. But I pointed out, like, Tristan, he could have saw blades for hands. Like, yeah, but that's cool, Dad. Finn did not like the open face here. So I nominated the open face just because of sculpting alone. And also this big old jaw come out. And you can see the face. Yeah. Cool. Jeez, dude. Like, these aren't that expensive. I think it's like $36 for an orc boss. And they're so just insane and over the top and so much fun to play with. Like, I
put that Valaverse next to him so I can see the size of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're monsters, dude. They're monsters. Yeah. And they're just this fits into that niche of the sci-fi 6-inch kind of figures we have. And if you have, it's an orc from 40K, so you're gonna have something this extreme, it totally fits with them. And like, we recently listened to this mythos about the orcs in 40K, like the more orcs they get, the bosses get bigger and bigger. So I'm like, this is great. Like, no complaints. There's another one. We saw another one at the recent toy and comic shop, and they were like, Dad, I'm like, I can't get it.
Does he have hands in there, or is that just like on his forearms?
So we debated about this, and I'm so in love with the orc mythos of 40K because I started reading or learning more about it. We'll talk about that more later, but like, it is great, dude. Awesome figure, solid, gigantic hunk of plastic, and so much fun.
Okay. Maybe I should get some of those 40K. I haven't cracked that seal yet, but
I'm deep. They just released like 3 more that are coming up. Cadian, a corrupted soldier, and an ogre or an ogrin. I am all in, dude. I never thought I would be this much into McFarlane and 40K, but I'm not passing any of these. I love them.
All right. Let's go to number We are ripping through this. Wait a second. Never mind. No, I just I have to do something real quick. No, we're on 5.
Is it Tinkle?
We're on 5. We're just near the end of the list, and I have 5, 4, 3, 1, and I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
I can only count to 4.
Here's 5.
5 golden.
5
figures.
is Storm Shadow. He is like. Here's the thing. This is the figure I didn't know I wanted until I had him in my hand. Like I was like, I have the other version of Storm Shadow that was ridiculously hard to find, but that Amazon exclusive one with the snow patterning, the Ninja Force Storm Shadow. But like, and I was like, but I want classic Storm Shadow, of course. But then, and this guy got in my hands, and I was like, he's flawless. Like it's ridiculous. It's just, I've never seen a more perfect representation of a small figure I used to have when I was a kid. The pinless in the legs and the arms, like it's fantastic. Every single one of his weapons can stack onto his backpack thing.
That's amazing.
He's even got a loose arrow in there that you can pull out, so if you wanted to have him shooting the arrow, it's ridiculous. It's basically just a flawless version of Storm Shadow in the 6-inch version. And I really like how we've talked about this before, how the classified was going in like kind of a more futuristic look, and they had shown pictures of a Storm Shadow that was like tattoos and weird metal things on his arms, and I was like, I was psyched for that one. But this is also just, I mean, so good. Such a good figure. Yeah, easily in my top 10 for sure.
He's on my pre-order. He hasn't come in yet. And because mine didn't come in, I assumed yours hadn't come in, but I would have slid him up there over the Alley Viper. So yeah, good job. No.
Yeah, Alley Viper, I probably would have done an honorable mention for him, but you know, it's just another G.I. Joe troop builder to me. But at the same time, like I have the Cobra officers back there too. Like they're not in the top 10. But you know, like that's just, it's a really well done figure, but it's just not a character that I care, you know, like kind of thing. So that's why Storm Shadow edged him out. But yeah, he's a phenomenal figure.
Yeah, I can't wait to get him. That's awesome. Again, I'm such a sucker for villains like Storm Shadow, Zuko, Kylo Ren, Thrax. Any of these villains are conflicted and like, conflicted. I love it. Oh,
I do have. I don't know if it's. I heated him up in some water once, but so this lower knee joint is rock solid, and I cannot get it.
Careful! You'll snap him like I did my Doom. Careful.
No, I won't snap him. But his joints are so tight. Like, look at that. Like I struggled to get that going.
Pinless joints.
But I think it's the pinless. I'm not sure if it's because the pin's buried in there, so I think it's just having a hard time. But I warmed it up and got it to move. But yeah, it's the one flaw would be he's ridiculously stiff and his joints are tight. So that being said, you know, over time I'm sure I'll play with him enough to where he'll loosen up. But yeah, right now he's a little stiff. But that's my number 5, Storm Shadow.
So I also have G.I. Joe Classified for number 5, and I didn't think I would get this in on a pre-order. Much like the Alley Viper, I wanted a troop build. I got the G.I. Joe Classified Bat. Oh wait, mine hasn't come in yet.
We're gonna do this all night.
All night, buddy. And I got the damage version too. Hey, look at that. All right, yeah. So I have the Bat on pre-order.
It's a good bit.
I don't know where they are though. But no, I have, much like you, we are topping at the same here. I got it's funny you said food in the mouth, because I actually put some food in Fiona's mouth here.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
He made it a little higher on your list though.
Because, and here's why. Because you can have him have a sling blade voice, and he's got the meat hook in his hand. And that's the voice I gave him when we were playing. Oh, wait, I screwed up my bit. Crap. Crackmaster!
Oh, there's Crackmaster.
I put him to the side, so I forgot. No, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go much more into detail what you already did, though. The Sauron eye on his belt is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, that is great.
Crockmaster in my teenage and on, when we were buying bins of figures, was just this guy that you like tried to strip apart or throw out, or what, you know, not throw out, but like, here's more fodder and like get rid of this guy. But
who can I give this arm to?
Yeah, I saw him and I was like, you know what? That's kind of a wacky dude. And the boys and I play with, okay, like we have Meow Skulls and a Voweliverse and Merman. Okay, let's see what happens. The day I got him, we like built a game around him. Like he was trying to kidnap Baby Yoda and he had a meat hook and a whip, and like the alligator came out, and I was like, holy crap. This is what that figure should have been playability wise back in the day. Like he was just kind of like a whatever figure, but wow, I'm amazed. So yeah, he's skyrocketed up in my list. So you said a lot about the detail and stuff, so I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he does come with two little teensy baby alligators too.
That's babies. True. We didn't talk about the baby alligators. Babies.
Also, as other people have pointed out, because you didn't mention this, the skin raising when the Croc's mouth opens is such.
That's fantastic.
That's so cool. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. Actually, my daughter Violet was just asking about that today. She's like, "Why does he have this?" And I was like, "Well, it's just, I don't know, crocodile anatomy. What do you want me to say here?"
Read a book. Kid.
What kind of thing do you want me to say here? I don't know. Okay. What are we at here? Number 4.
Number 4, shockingly.
All right. Some of my toys just fell.
That's all right. They're fodder. They didn't make it in the top 10. Who cares?
Yeah, they didn't make it in the top 10. You know who did? Bumblebee. And this it's just the 3-0, dude. It's good. It's so ridiculously good. I'm not like super in love with Bumblebee as a character, but this figure, it's like the Transformers Red Line on crack. Or something better than crack. Steroids.
You showed me this toy line, and I'd never heard of it before. And I think you showed this on What You Got, and I was blown away by it. I looked up, I was like, not for me. Really impressed though.
It's ridiculous. Like even his tire turns on his foot, and he doesn't even. So again, a non-transforming transformer, which apparently is right up my alley, but fantastic figure. And I just like the detail on this guy is insane. Like, I don't know. You know what it reminds me of? Exo Squad, like the over engineering of a figure.
I was about to say
where you don't like like the pistons in the arms in the arm joints would move in Exo Squad kind of thing. So it kind of reminds me of that, like where there's just so much going on and in such a small package, and you're just like, this is fantastic. Just as from a complete toy engineering standpoint, one of the best things I've seen this year.
The rest of your list better be Mesko, because that guy needs to go up. Like I held him when I came over to your house at one time, and I was like, wow. So
the rest of my list is not Mesko. You're gonna be disappointed.
So,
but Bumblebee easily, and really specifically the 3-0 toy line in general. I've got the Optimus Prime coming. Those are the only ones in this scale. They've made 12-inch ones, but I'm not interested in those. But I assume they're going to make Megatron at this size soon, because they made all 3 of these characters in the 12-inch size. So I'll probably be jumping on that one. But yeah, that's number 4 there.
Love it. All right. So much like you, I also have a Joy Toy figure in my top 10, and it is also Bo Yang Fang. As a child, there's kid version Bo Yang Fang.
Every time I think you're going to be serious.
Nope. So in the move, I misplaced my Bo Yang. I have no idea where he is. That's actually a short round from Indiana Jones. So instead, we'll have showcasing in his place Steiner, who came out in the same Gregerson, Steiner, and Bo Yang came out at the same time here. So he's riding also an Indiana Jones motorcycle, which is one of the coolest freaking motorcycles you can get out there with all the pouches and accessories. But Bo Yang, if you're out there in a box or bin, I'm coming for you, because I have no idea where we were playing with him before and then gone. So
I'm glad that he made your list, because I turned him into Dr. Doke and he made my list. So technically we have the same toy.
Yeah, and Steiner, the reason why I can't help but put the German like Steiner onto it, the reason why he didn't beat Bo Yang is because he's very Snake Eyes, and I'm not a big Snake Eyes fan.
I guess you can see him that way.
He's sci-fi cyberpunk ninja. He's got 2 freaking swords, a submachine gun. Bo Yang, and we talked about this before, is more of the Cowboy Bebop kind of feel, and it's more interchangeable. And I actually gave him a cloth jacket, which just bumped that guy up, much like you did actually to your buck.
Oh, yeah.
So
there we go.
So Bo Yang made it into my I don't remember what number we're on. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slot. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 slot. 4 slot. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on 4.
Yep. I'll move this child corpse out of the way.
You did run over a small child. It's rude. It's very rude.
Good thing nobody else saw that on camera. Oh wait.
Yeah, it's a good thing it's not recorded.
Yeah. All right. What you got?
All right, number 3.
I'm excited.
Are you?
Yes. Yes. Wow.
Galvatron.
Wow.
Man, I liked the Megatron red when it came out, but I was just holding out hope they were going to make him, and man, did they make him. And he is fantastic. And like I said before with Starscream, giant soft spot for the Transformers, the movie, but give me Galvatron? Oh, come on.
You know why I like Galvatron? Because he was voiced by Leonard Nimoy. That sold him on me. Yeah.
He comes with the the Matrix of Power on a chain, of course.
Oh, that's sweet.
But yeah, he's fantastic. And again with the red line, just hitting all those perfect silhouette lines that the cartoon in a Transformer basically doesn't exist if they do transform. And this is just fantastic to me. And also, I can play with him and let my kids play with him, and he's awesome. I really enjoy.
Where do you get your red line from? Where do you order?
So this one I actually pre-ordered on Pulse because it's Galvatron, and I had to have it. Yeah, okay. But otherwise, I just if I'm in Walmart randomly, I'll be like, oh, there's a red or something like that.
I really don't see them very often on the shelf. That's why I asked, because I
only see them at Walmart. It might be a Walmart exclusive thing. I don't know, but I only see them in Walmart. I never see them in Target. But when I do see them in Walmart, it's one I don't have. I'll waffle on it for weeks, and then I'll be like, all right,
yeah, they're cool.
The only reason I didn't buy that Bumblebee red actually is because I knew I wanted this one, the 3-0. So that's the only reason I don't have 2 Bumblebees. But yeah, Galvatron, fantastic.
Yeah,
love it.
I agree. I can agree. You can keep him at number 5. I agree. Okay,
he's at number 3 for me.
We're at number 3.
We're at number 3.
Math is hard.
We're at number 3.
I can only count to 4. Okay, so G.I. Joe is taken away this year, I guess, because I got another G.I. Joe Classified coming up, and it is Barbecue.
There he is. G.I. Joe Classified. That classic 6-inch.
Classic. Look at that little guy. I actually did want to bring him out as a comparison point, though, between they still have the same barbecue chicken flavor looking camo or paint job, which is great. So Barbecue, man, I've said it before. This guy was in everyone's collection as a kid, and nobody wanted him. We weren't putting out fires as kids; we were shooting people. And even still, when I play with the boys, they like Barbecue. But I have a huge soft spot for Engineer in a horror sci-fi kind of situation, like Dead Space, for example. And Barbecue in our games, he's fighting old Crocmaster here. He's run away from Chaos Space Marines or big old space orcs. The fact that he's a little more vulnerable and he's not this cool elite guy makes him more appealing for me. And he's a gorgeous figure. They did
he is a really good
work on him. So the fact that he's a great figure and in our imagination, he's a little more vulnerable and kind of desperate with his axe. If you're playing a first person shooter game, he's starting with the axe, right? So he's got to go find a gun. He didn't get you said, is that a flamethrower or is it a flame retardant? And I'm saying it's flame retardant because I don't want him to start with a flamethrower. I want him to start with an axe. And be
Why would a firefighter have a flamethrower?
Because
it really doesn't make any sense.
He's out there.
He fights fire. He doesn't fight with fire.
You made the fires worse or better.
Or better.
Yeah, Barbecue, solid. And this is actually an early year purchase, so there's no brand new toy smell on him either. We got him pretty early on, and I love him.
Wow, and you still put him up at 3, huh?
Because every time we reach for G.I. Joe Classified 6-inch figures, I'm like, I call Barbecue, and the boys are like, yeah, you can have him. But I love it, man. So yeah, that's my number 3.
Is it because you love doing the voice? That's it, isn't it?
What do you mean, barbecue?
Barbecue.
Yeah, he's only got an axe running around
I
fighting.
think I was telling you the last time you were here, but that episode, I don't remember the window.
The washer, the
Vipers. The Vipers. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite G.I. Joe episodes.
It was a very big barbecue episode, yeah.
But he's always answering the hello?
Hello?
Because why they're all hanging out at barbecue's house. Guess what? For a barbecue.
Yeah. Because he's not going on missions.
No, he's not.
All right. Oh, we're on number 2?
Yeah, we're getting down to the last 2.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
Before we started the stream, I had no order for these guys. And I think I'm going to do this from now on. I put them on a shelf behind me below. And I've been reaching and looking when you queue up and I pull the figure. And that's how I've determined.
You pick in the moment.
That's it. And that's how I've been driving. I'm purely instinctual.
Figuring out ahead of time is tough.
It's really stressful and I don't like it.
You need to have that moment of like, this one, this one, this one. But you can't do that. So for you, it's a last millisecond decision, and you just have to go with it.
I think I can safely say it's on par with giving birth. I think that's the.
All right. On that note, number 2.
Number 2, almost won.
Who do we have here?
Yeah, Casey Jones is crazy.
Jones is insane.
That's right, insane.
Casey Jones, man, I love Casey.
Yeah,
and I got him. I think he's my first figure of the year. I think I got him like days after the new year. I think like he showed up on the door. But so he's holding down a number 2 spot, and I've had him for 7 months approximately. So I'm a big Casey Jones fan. Love him to death. And this Ultimates line. So fun, and I have a lot of them, as you're well aware. But Casey Jones, man, all the accessories are fully like painted and finished, and
when you
flawless recreation of the toy when I had it as a kid, just crushing it.
For those of you who haven't seen our Ninja Turtles video we went through all the Super 7 lines, and then we did kind of like a comparison too of I showed the older lines and Joe showed the new ones. The Casey Jones is impressed when you can dump out that duffel bag he's got of all the sports equipment.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's so much. And
the
hockey pucks.
I have it jammed in, but
so there goes the hockey pucks. So excessive. Yeah. Casey Jones will put you on ice. Yeah, I love the Clint Eastwood voice. Like,
I know it's so good. He's such a good character. He comes with so many baseball bats of varying brokenness.
I've always loved that mask. It's not quite goalie mask. It's definitely
but it's also not. It's not quite Halloween either. It's
exactly. But, they did a good job.
But
it's so good.
He's fantastic. He's easily in my top 10. But he's holding down a number 2 spot. I don't know if he'll keep it for the rest of the year, but he's up there.
Oh, my number 2, right? Okay. So I went with He-Man, just knocking out of the park this year too. Like I'm a big He-Man. So I wasn't allowed to have G.I. Joes as a kid because they're too violent. So I was only allowed to collect He-Man. So I have a huge nostalgia bias. Now the boys and I play fantasy/adventurers. We got to have more and more of these fantasy figures. Oh, let me get a little barbecue out. Sorry. Figures. So coming at number 2, I got Beast Man. Oh, no, that's Grizzlor. But we're going to Mo2 Classics line later on. We'll do a channel about that. But I do actually have
a channel about it. A whole channel.
Whole channel. Shut up, Joe.
On a motorcycle.
He's riding the motorcycle because he's baby.
This is the first of the new Eternia ones, but man,
he is so good. Like my only complaint is
I'm mad at myself for not owning him yet.
Dude, go to Target. He was stacked up in there. My only complaint, and I said this in the What You Got video, is these things are really loose. So when I'm playing with them, he's like slipping out of my hands all the time. So I'm grabbing him by the armor. But the fur is cloth up here. It can come off because it's just held underneath this harness, so to speak, with the spikes. He's got this awesome freaking spiked bat here. He comes with the helmet, which I didn't put on the last What You Got, but I'll put it on now here. He's got this and look at him on that bat.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's just good grief. And he does come with the original harness too, if you want to go classics. Again, genius Mattel. Genius. You don't have to
Yeah.
risk getting half the sales on a Revelations or Masterverse or whatever this line is. You don't have to get half the sales in this. You just package an extra accessory and he's there. My only complaint is I don't love the face sculpt, and it's not turning up well. It's just kind of sad Joker clown eyes on the face. It's kind of like
you said that on What You Got, and I don't mind it. I haven't seen it real. Oh, the white itself.
It looks toy. All the rest with the dark wash they did on the fur here. Look how dark that wash is, and up here it's not.
Is it the sculpt? So it's just the paint then. It's not the sculpt though.
It just is a little bit of both. And again, if somebody sells a pre-painted, because I don't have, who's got time to paint? If somebody sells a pre-painted Beastman head, I'm in. I'll pay up to $40 to get the head on that. But otherwise, the boys that I played this game where Beastman captured Baby Yoda, and he was on the run, and he's got this whip, and he's got this huge thing. And man, he was so much fun. And like
Baby Yoda's on the run.
Just this, he's a hulky. Look, he's almost the size. Take that, camera. Don't worry, I'll edit it out. What, this is live?
No, everything's fine.
He's almost the size of this orc back here, man. Like, just
oh man, I need to get that guy.
Yeah.
Look at him.
You really do. The trap jaw, the Triclops, this guy, and the battle arm.
I told you I can't do that trap jaw. Can't do the tongue trap jaw.
Yeah. He's like the guy from Kiss. So.
Or paint it black, but then again, who has time to paint?
No.
Yeah,
this is also a last year purchase. I got it on sale. I saw people posing with it, and I was like, man, is that thing cool and sick. So
McFarlane's kind of doing some cool stuff with the vehicles. Some of them are hit or miss, but like some of them are good. And I'm just I've yet to pull a trigger on any of them, but at the same time, they're just there. I'm just happy seeing them on the shelves, sort of. I'm like, oh, I'm glad that exists.
Oh, genius, Blue Pen. Arcade head for the custom.
Really? Arcade?
No, that's no from the Marvel Legends arcade.
Oh, I know who Arcade is, but I mean,
no, that's
he's so clowny, right?
No. He comes with one head. He is. Maybe he has a psycho barbecue. You know, he's underneath there, like, I'll put out the fires for you. You know, maybe he's.
It's actually a flamethrower.
Yeah. Barbecue started all these fires. No, it's got the long head.
Oh, that's what it is. It's a backdraft situation.
Yeah.
That movie is to remind you how old we are.
Yeah, I never saw that movie either, so that reference is even lost on me. They've got the long hair.
It's a firefighter that's starting fires, Don.
I almost bought that arcade for the Cletus Cassidy head to put on Carnage, but I bought that stupid Batman versus Joker redheaded, what's his name, Lex Luthor. I'm just done with those guys standing them up there. So
stop worrying about
it. I passed on that arcade. Dadgummit, now I gotta buy another freaking thanks a lot.
Maybe you won't like it. Maybe.
No, that's genius, mixing those two lines together. So Blue Pen, let me know, how well do the classified mix with Marvel Legends as far as pegs? Because some of those Marvel Legends,
most people just put a little blue tack in there or something.
So that's what I've got with Mythic Legions and Motu. I do a little blue tack in there too. So like, classified BA.
Well, we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom and or the top.
Or the top, you could say.
However you want to look at it. We're at the bottom of the show, the top of the figures.
There you go.
Guess what? We do have a little fireworks. Ready? Number one.
Hey, you did it. I really don't want. I really don't want fireworks to be like a theme that goes on, and I regret. Yeah,
number one is figure number one halfway through the year.
I regret editing those into the last video. I may have cemented.
I told you we had fireworks.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Wait, before you get to number one.
No, we already.
There you go. You get the deep in that hole. Thank you, Blue Pen. Called it. Yes.
Yeah, you called it. Here's the thing. Although I don't love Momura as much as I love Tigra, this toy is so good.
Yes.
He's just enormous. He towers over everyone. Like Tigra is just behind him, like tiny thing. Like he's so fantastic. And yeah, and the cloth cape and the way it hooks onto his thing there, and then you can unpeg it if you don't want it attached to his arms and just have it flying free. And he's a fantastic toy. But the sheer size and stature of this figure, I don't think he's ever been done this well before in any toy line ever.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, so like, he's just fantastic. I love him so much. But yeah, and the wrappings, and like they're loose and rubbery, and it doesn't hinder his movement, even though it's free floating off his arm and just moves all over, just fantastic. Yeah, he's my number one right now. We'll see if he holds that spot at the end of the year. But
so when I went to visit you, I was there the day you got him and opened him up, and like all those free flowing rags and tassels from when he bursts out of his, transforms.
Yeah,
and,
it's
like,
fantastic.
The
And these are
face and alternate heads.
floating off, but they're rubbery, so that again, it doesn't get in the way, and like you can play with them and move them around, and it doesn't hinder anything. And what's weird about the this line is that a lot of them are based off this the Motu buck, like Tigra here.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like and actually Tigra is a little different, but like Lion-O is straight Motu Classics buck, and like and Panthro, I think.
Yeah,
but he's got this like musculature that is so reminiscent of the cartoon. It's like they just nailed this,
Yeah.
It's just the weird giant abs and the short rib cage and the like just everything about it. I'm like,
if I wasn't taking out a second mortgage to pay for all my Mythic Legions, I would definitely be deeper into Super 7. Like I'm super impressed with them. They're really great toy lines. And I held that figure in my hands. I was like, wow. And I really want to get the Silverhawks. What's it called? The squid guy.
Oh yeah. The squid guy. That's his vehicle. You know what? I'm blanking on his name.
That's okay. Monstar. He's really cool too. Monstar.
Oh yeah, I've got him on pre-order. The cloth goods is fantastic. It's red on the back, it's black on the inside. It's wired. Man. It's just he comes with a million accessories,
and he didn't break your bank to get him either. That's the best part about it, right?
$10 more than the other. Maybe 20. Maybe 20.
No, it was 56ish, right? Somewhere around there, right?
The regular ones are. So I think Tiger. Well, when this line came out, Tiger was 45. The regular price is 55 now. I think Tiger was 45. I think he was 65. So yeah, he was $20 more. But still, it's like just the amount of plastic he comes with is $20 to me. I mean, like it's just a giant hunk of plastic. But yeah, he's fantastic. That's my number one.
Nice. No, that's awesome, dude. All right, I guess I got to do my number one here. I got to do my number one, and coming in number one.
Well, you should only have one left. Done.
Oh,
number one.
Bang, boof, bang, boof, bam, bamf, bamf. I'm gonna say bamf whenever there's fireworks from now on. Bamf. Number one is Peter Parker. Wait, what?
Peter B. Parker?
No, you had your chance. No,
he doesn't have to give up the trophy just yet, though. It's only halfway through the year.
Yeah, he's not. That thing is almost super glued in his hands there. So I broke my Super 7 seal this year. This is a first for me, and I dove in not to Thundercats, but the TMNT, and I got Mutagen Man. What you could say about me?
Why did I think it was gonna stop?
Is that I'm
every time
I'm consistent, which is what my boss used to say about me at work, is that I'm consistent. So
you're very consistent.
I'm sorry, Blue Pen. It wasn't a Fortnite figure, but if Finn was here, it'd absolutely be a Fortnite figure. And I have to say that this goon, just really quick here to stall, was a fantastic pseudo Firefly, and we loved him, but he didn't make the cut. But it was, if you go back and watch that video, it was contested that he didn't make it in the top 10. He just doesn't compare to Mutagen Man, who good googly moogly. Look at this hot.
Did you put all those little pieces in there? What are those?
I did start to put them in there. Maybe I did. I hear them rattling around. There they are. You can barely.
They're just down in his crotch.
Yeah. He's got a fish, an apple, and a wishbone down in his crotchal region there. But that's where you keep them. I am going to fill him with some sort of color
resin
called no watercolor. Oh, that would be really cool. I don't want to hide the eyes and the guts though. Finn was like, "Oh, Dad."
Well, he's not watertight.
He's not, but at least for a quick photo to see that stuff in there would be really cool.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But
just have him filling up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
just a pitcher of water.
The floating eyeballs, the tearing flesh, and like I brought out this guy for a reason. Like it's just a spot on facsimile.
Yeah, that's what Super 7 is, especially with the TMNT.
Zoom Flight.
Man, they're just they're perfect recreations of the classic toys.
I wanted it to be a classified bat, but this is all I got going because my pre-order hasn't come in yet. If I had a bat,
I just got a shipment notification.
Oh, did you? I may have gotten 4 or 5 notifications, dude. June.
I thought you meant just for
no. June pre-orders all slid over to July, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. No, the bat will most likely make it into the top 10, but
that was my whole 6 months.
Yeah,
everything kept getting pushed back. Everything's just been
so the boys and I haven't. Oh wait, there's the apple core stuck up there.
Oh, yeah, stuck up in his brain. We all core in the brain.
It's like a game of Operation. Like you got apple core in the brains. Dude, he's my first Super 7 figure. The second one I'm going to buy is Muckman, and we saw him at the toy. I always say toy and comic book stores because it's not just a comic book store. We always go to like a toy and comic store. I saw Muckman. He's gigantic. He's the size of the orc. He's quickly going to come in this list, but yeah, right now holding it tight and number 1. And look, what's horrifying is look at that back there. You can see the eyes coming out of the skeletal socket. Like,
he's fantastic.
Oh, dude, he's so good. You don't have this one either, do you?
No, I don't. Yeah. So that was one of those ones that I was like holding off on. I always buy like the turtle and like whatever wave is coming out, I buy the turtle and then like one other figure. I never get the whole wave.
That was poor strategy on your part. Poor strategy.
Or was it good? Because you can find the glow in the dark one for a very small amount of money.
Who cares? That's the reason why he's a small amount of money.
I haven't decided.
This one's better. That's why he's cheaper. Yeah, and you know what? This is the first free shot of heroin that the drug dealer gave me because I'm going to be getting some more Super 7 TMNTs. Like, woo!
Yeah, they're fantastic, man.
So,
none of them are on this list for me except Casey.
Well, we each had one in there, and I'm pretty happy that some of my predictions. No, Steven, that's what Joe was saying. The body is not watertight.
It's not. Yeah,
I'm going to test that theory. So
you can test it all you want. It's not.
Okay, Blue Pen. I was actually surprised that. Well, I'm not surprised. Spirit has been dominating people's lists, and when Joe showed me his figure for the last What You Got, amazing sculpt, amazing details. I think what kept him out of Joe's list, if I could predict, Joe, is the lack of nostalgia. Like there's no attachment to that character for you. You
know what's funny about that? So I'll pull him. He is back there as a figure that I had purchased, so I'll pull him up real quick. It is the lack of nostalgia. You know what it is though? Like weirdly, I appreciate this figure a lot more having gotten the Storm Shadow now.
Yeah,
I had only Spirit for a minute. And then Storm Shadow came in, and I'm like, I mean, weirdly enough, in the cartoons, it was way more a Spirit Storm Shadow rivalry than like Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow for some reason. And having both of them together, he has like grown on me a little bit. But yeah, he's a fantastic figure. He just didn't crack my top 10. Yeah, I had too many nostalgia pulls, I think, this time around.
Big F in the chat from Steven. I'm sorry we let you down, Steven. You know what? Why don't you go spend your money and buy your own Daygum toys, and then you don't have to be disappointed in other people. Hey, Joe, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, that wraps it up. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for everybody who joined us on the live stream. Thanks for everybody who's going to watch this later on YouTube. Really appreciate it. These are our top 10 semifinals. Just because you see all them here doesn't mean that they're going to be guaranteed to make it into the finals.
Spirit might grow on me.
He
won't. He won't.
No, he won't. So.
I like him. He's not top 10.
We've been Toy Domination. I'm Dom.
I'm Joe.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.